The world is never going to be the same again.
I'm worried about the world.
The mass chaos and crises that there was in the world, it's going to be just like that now.
This is not an accident.
How long is it going to last? Longer than, even for those of you that have some cash in the bank, way past your cash reserves.
Out of 100 people, 4 will get the message.
This thing isn't going to be over in a few weeks. This thing isn't going to be over in a few months.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As guys, some of the most explosive news that could have broken for the XRP community broke yesterday. The SEC has been denied on their motion to strike Ripple's fair notice defense. On the heels of that specific news, XRP went up 10%. 10% off that news. Ladies and gentlemen, in my personal opinion, the most likely scenario that's about to happen is that the SEC is going to have to settle this case with Ripple. The reason is because Ripple has been in business since 2012. No SEC action. They've allowed XRP to trade on the open market for so long. Ripple settled with FinCEN in 2015. They called it a virtual currency after they settled. No SEC action was taken. Brad Garlinghouse met with the SEC many times between 2017 and 2019. No SEC action was taken. A crypto exchange, Coinbase, asked the SEC directly, is XRP a security? No response. This SEC lawsuit is a hopeless battle. The SEC cannot win. And the SEC must settle, in my personal opinion, or else they're going to lose the ability to sue other cryptos for the fair notice defense. Because if this fair notice defense holds and the SEC loses, what'll end up happening is the entire crypto space will have the ability to defend themselves in this same way and most likely win. Guys, the SEC would not want to give up all that power unless Gary Gensler is idiotic. And, you know, he might be. Remember the other day, Gary Gensler said, we're going to lose some cases. We're going to lose some cases. Is he the fool that is going to try and take this case all the way to the finish line? Your guess is as good as mine, my friends. But I think a rational human being who's the head of an agency would try and maintain an agency's power by trying to settle a lost cause. It'll be great PR. It'll probably be an expensive settlement if it does happen. But remember, August to November is the time frame Ripple themselves gave for when they think this lawsuit could be over. But what I'll say is, Ripple is in fact the news for the classes. Ripple can manipulate our perceptions of reality as well. Meaning, they may have given us a later time frame than what could actually be about to happen. I remember being on a Twitter Spaces with Crypto Eddie just a couple days ago, and she stated, off the heels of this executive order, things are going to start falling fast, extremely quickly. First it takes an infinite amount of time, and then it happens all at once. We're in the moment in time where everything's happening all at once. These geopolitical factors at play here are another additional catalyst that we cannot ignore. Crypto is at the forefront of helping fund Ukraine at the moment. This is unlike anything I've ever seen before and anything I've ever expected. And all that means to me is, us as crypto investors, we're better prepared than 99.9% of society. Now guys, with all that being said, this is an interesting thing at play here. We know that Bitcoin has reached all-time highs already, while XRP and a couple other altcoins have been lagging behind before this altcoin season that we all expect is going to come. But we have bad news for Bitcoin and crypto in the EU. The proof of work ban has basically made its way back into the draft of the European Parliament that will be voted on in the committee on Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, these are a couple things that need to be highlighted. Here, it states crypto assets that are deemed unsustainable will be prohibited from being issued, offered, or admitted to trading. This is very interesting, as a lot of people think Bitcoin has officially hit its bear market. We saw Bitcoin and Ether peak. We saw the SEC stated in its library case that Bitcoin and Ether have not been deemed the non-securities yet, meaning they can actually come after Bitcoin and Ether, state Ether was a security, and actually call Bitcoin miners securities. Oh, guys. That is just speculation, but a potential that does exist, and we know it exists. The reason I bring it up is we have long in this community known environmentally friendly cryptos are going to thrive, while the non-environmentally friendly cryptos may be going away. Now, do I think Bitcoin is going to go away? No. They're going to figure it out. They're going to make sure it survives because there's way too much vested interest in this. Credible Crypto also believes that we could be seeing some Bitcoin price action soon that'll send Bitcoin up as well as bring the altcoins along with it. Remember, I have flipped bullish on this market after being uncertain due to the recent events at play. Part of the reason is because of the charts. Part of the reason is because of this executive order. And now yesterday, the biggest reason is because I think XRP could flip Bitcoin at some time in the not too distant future. Let's think of it this way. The charts themselves state XRP can reach $10 this bull run just based on speculation alone. But after regulations, after a potential settlement, after XRP is deemed a non-security, and all of those are likely, what we could see is full-blown utility. Gradually over time, utility building for XRP. And that right there, my friends, is how you thrive. Regulations going hand in hand with innovation, going hand in hand with all the financial institutions and central banks on the planet. That is a recipe for success, and that has been Ripple's business model since day one. Guys, something else that's at play here is inflation. Janet Yellen stated Americans will likely see another year of very uncomfortably high inflation, as if it wasn't bad enough. Janet Yellen told us last year that she was confident inflation would ease this year. Now, a complete 180. A complete 180. And remember, I had been telling all of you I was skeptical about them ever raising interest rates because their grand plan is to usher in central bank digital currencies. And a catalyst to do that is through negative interest rates. They said they're going to raise rates. No. They just said that so they can lower markets, so they could get good entry points, and then blow off the top with more inflation. This is the fact of the matter, my friends. Very soon, we're going to have Jerome Powell let us know exactly what's about to happen. This crisis, this geopolitical crisis at play right now with Ukraine or Russia, that could be the narrative for more government spending, more inflation. And if that is in fact the case, we're going right into the crypto market and looking at this risky speculative asset class as a safe haven. This is all aligning with altcoin season, my friends. The potential settlement as well as more inflation. Narratives are important, and we're going to learn how close we are to our market making a decision. Here, guys, to cap off this video for today, I'm going to show you this tweet by Unusual Whales. I'm showing you how corrupt these politicians are, as politicians purchased oil and war stocks before this invasion of Ukraine. Many were on committees privy to information regarding the invasion, including defense and energy, and the positions they took have beat the market since November. Ladies and gentlemen, remember the other day, they were talking about potentially banning politicians from trading stocks due to conflicts of interest, right? They were talking about the Federal Reserve officials banning them from stocks. Ladies and gentlemen, conflicts of interest. You see, in my opinion, the biggest conflict of interest is that they're doing this towards the peak of the greatest bubble in the history of mankind. It seems convenient to me that this area right here is where politicians and Fed officials are going to be banned from trading stocks. And like clockwork, in my opinion, they'll say, you know what, this ban was stupid. We need to unban ourselves again because we need to save markets. Look at what happened when we intervened. Now we must trade stocks again. No, my friends. They're trying to run off like bandits while acting like they are heroes. The crash of this financial system is coming. The crash of the stock market is coming. The inevitable collapse of the crypto market as well is coming too. I just believe we have an altcoin season before us. And if that is in fact the case, my friends, we have one more leg up before the house of cards implodes. Ladies and gentlemen, the narratives are aligning. XRP is always the last one to move, but it always moves the fastest and the highest once it does. And it's reaching that point with the conclusion of this lawsuit, with this executive order, with a potential settlement looming, that we're closing in on a run. Time will settle all arguments, but you know how I'm playing this. Just in case anything negative or unforeseen happens, I have cash that I've been accumulating on the side to buy any and all dips. I do not expect it to happen, but even if it does, I'm ready. While at the same time, I'm preparing my exit targets for my XRP and all my other altcoins. Because when this altcoin season does happen, the profits that will be taken will be life-changing in my opinion. I will be putting those profits 50-50 into Pax Gold and USDC and storing them on my ledger. The reason is to protect against potential cyber attacks. The reason is so I could protect against bank bail-ins. The reason is so I could protect against bank accounts being frozen. The reason is so I could protect against them potentially shaving off a percentage of my bank account. These are all likely scenarios. And yes, they can all happen. And yes, I do expect something like that to come. An ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure, my friends. Self-custody is the extra step you need to take to have a Swiss bank account in your pocket. And that's the step I recommend everyone needs to take. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in uncertain times. And all I recommend you do is empower yourself as much as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now guys, I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Go through the roof.
You want to know how to be a successful investor? The answer is Stay with what you know. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to TV people, internet people. Just stay with what you know. If I told you you can only have 20 investments in your life, you would be very careful. You wouldn't be jumping in and out, listening to hot tips every day, every month. You would stay with what you know, and you would become a successful investor. Everybody watching this knows a lot about something, whether it's fashion or cars or sports or something. When you see something that you know is going to be successful and exciting, don't just say, oh, that's going to be great. Don't tell all you. Then you go and you do your research and you figure out how to and if you should invest and how to invest, and then you invest. You will know it long before I will, or long before other people in the investment community. You will also know when to sell, because you will know when something's going to change again. Nobody likes to hear it. Everybody wants a hot tip. Everybody wants to be rich this month. In those days, we did nothing but focus and concentrate and dig deep and dig deep and dig deep.